Okay, I've got my assets all imported now, so I'm ready to go. So I just drug the folders over. It was really easy. And I can double click on these folders and I can see my audio clips that I've got. And then if I come over here, I can see, so it opens up a bunch of tabs essentially. These are called bins. I've got some music, I've got some video, all ready to go in. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start placing things in my timeline right here. Now there are some controls here that you can kind of zoom in and zoom out by moving those around. You've got multiple layers that you can do for audio and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I've got these two poems that I just quickly recorded, and I'm just going to drag one over and drop it in here. Come on. Okay, I guess I should drag it to the audio piece. Upper is video, lower is audio. Now, shortcuts here that you want to be aware of, spacebar is going to automatically play. Okay, so this is playing through this. And you can see that it's starting to move up and down with that as it plays the audio. Now, over here, I do have some tools. We don't have a lot of tools that we work with generally in Premiere Pro. That's okay, but we're gonna learn what a few of these are. The selection tool is your basic go-to. The shortcut is V. If you hit C on your keyboard, that'll give you the cut tool, and you can actually cut clips and be able to then. I'm gonna hit V, and I can move this around and things like that. I'm gonna Command Z. A couple of times, Control Z if you're on a PC. A couple of other ones that I use, I don't use a lot of these to be honest, but I do use the type tool as well. So cut, move, and type are the ones that I use the most. You'll probably want to use those a bunch too. Now I'm going to bring this clip over as well. Now as I worked on this clip, I messed up in it, and so as I go through this, I can kind of scrub through it. That's what it's called when you just kind of move through like that. And I'm going to find the spot that I need to see. Now this is really far out in the zoom, and so I'm going to zoom in a lot further, and I can see right here it's kind of those wavelengths, and I'm guessing that this is the spot where I messed up. So let's try it. Yep, that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here. I hit C for the cut tool, and I'm going to start working with all of this here. So what I did in my audio, I messed up right here. And then I stopped, paused for a second, and then re-spoke what I was trying to say. So now I can hit V for the selection tool because I cut in two spots, bingo, and then I just move this back over, and it will be a seamless transition generally if I cut that correctly. Yep, there we go. So now if I need to fine tune even further, I can zoom in really far like that, okay, and you can move around. And then, oops, I didn't quite get that right. So what's really cool is I can just click and drag this in to where that should be. And then there's a little spot right here that I don't want there, where I made a little noise, a clicking sound. So I'm just going to bring that in. And what I'm doing now is kind of fine-tuning my audio so that I can have a well-spoken piece right here. All right, bingo. So now I'm on my way, and I've got my audio pieces there put together. And as I move this around, I can start zooming out a little bit, and I can see everything. So I've got these two pieces here, and we're just going to move those around, and bingo. Now if I wanted to move all of them, I just select off, click and drag, and you can move them all around together, something like that. As I was working on a bigger project the other day, I was doing a lot of dragging and dropping and things. And then what I want to do is I want to just kind of play with this. So I've got these two poems here of my that I made of my kid, or that I found about children, and then I'm going to drag this video of Maddie where she's talking, and I'm going to just I've got a couple ways that I can go about doing this. Now, of course, for your interview project, you're not going to want video. I'm after the audio in these clips. There are a couple ways I can go about this. Is one, as I go through this, I can kind of pinpoint the in and out points of where I want to pull the audio. So right here, it sounds like is where she starts talking. Yep, that was it. Okay, and so what I'm going to do, right there is where I want to start. And I'm going to hit I for in, and then I'm going to listen to it. Okay, that's the audio I want. I'm going to hit O for out. And what I'm doing now, I haven't drug anything over here. I just double clicked on it and it brought it up into this pane. I hit the I and the O for stop points, and I drag down, and now it only brings those pieces over. Okay, and then I'm going to drag this up a layer, drag this down layer, and then I'm going to move these over, and I can place these. So now what'll happen as I'm talking, oops, I left a little too much, but now it's going to overlay the two audio. Okay, so now it's brought all of that together, and I'm able to kind of work through this and bring in individual pieces. So if you have a long interview, that's okay. You listen for the clips that you want. You hit I, find where it ends, hit O, drag it down, and place it where you want it on your timeline. So the timeline is going to start getting built out with everything in there and all the individual pieces, and it's going to start sounding really cool as you bring those all together. Okay. All right, so go ahead and start playing with that, and then in my next video, I'm going to show you a little bit about how to kind of control the audio, how to control your hardware preferences, and all those kinds of things.